Is the Volteq EliteFyre grill one to add to your grilling arsenal? Stay tuned as we take a look at this smart temperature control to let your grill. Coming up. Guys, welcome back. I am Alton, aka the Dawgfatha, and this is Barbecue Boulevard, where my aim is to help elevate your backyard grilling game. Now today we're going to be taking a look at a new grill to market via Kickstarter. The link is going to be down in the description box, so make sure you go down there and check it out. So when EliteFyre reached out to me, I didn't know very much about electric grills or anything like that. So it was a great opportunity for me to check out their product that they had to offer. And let me fill you in on what I found. Now, before we get started, let me just say in no way am I trying to tell you that this grill is going to replace everything that you've gotten. This is the latest and greatest. That is not the intention of this video. I am just merely showing you a new option that you could either add to your grilling arsenal, or maybe there's a community out there that's looking for something specifically like this. So with that said, let's get into it. All right, so let's start off with our packaging and assembly of this grill. Now, when it showed up to Barbecue Boulevard, it was in great shape. I've had many grills show up here that the boxes are damaged, and I'm left wondering if the grill is going to be salvageable. This product showed up to Barbecue Boulevard in fantastic shape. The box was in great shape. The contents were secure inside the packaging. Everything was labeled very well. There was no confusion as to what part was what, or whatever. Everything, like I said, was laid out very well and identified very well. They even included your own tools to assemble the grill. Now, the assembly of this grill was very easy. It took me about 30 minutes to assemble the grill, so I don't think you'll have a problem assembling this grill at all. Now, the grill is actually in two pieces, guys. You've got the actual grill itself, which, boasts 260 square inches of cooking area. And then you've got the cart that the grill actually sets upon. And the cart is basically what you had to assemble. Once you've got it all assembled, you just literally set this grill onto the cart. There's going to be 4 screws you put in the bottom of the grill, and they go into slotted keyed holes in the top of the cart. And then you've got your grill all assembled. Okay, so now that we've got this grill all assembled and I've kind of showed you how easy that was, let's get into checking out the features of this grill. All right, so starting here at the front of the grill, you've got your EliteFyre badging here on the right side of the grill. You've got your knob here for your setting your temperatures, as well as your display to show you your temperatures that you're setting to. You've got a drip tray here at the bottom that you pull out and for cleanup. Got your power button here, as well as your probe button. So, I mean, it's very simple design, guys. There's really not a whole lot to it. But yeah, this is what we've got here. Now, up here, you've got your handle, which is a cool touch handle, so it's not going to get hot. So inside the grill here, you've got your cooking grates here that these are removable. It's 2 grates here that you can pull out and step to the side there. You've got your electric element underneath it that's going to provide your heat. And then you've got your drip pan underneath there that easy cleanup. You don't need to put any aluminum foil or anything in there. It's going to be an easy cleanup, or at least they say it's going to be easy cleanup. And we're going to find out because we're absolutely going to cook on it. But yeah, that's what it is. So it's really not a whole lot to the grill, guys. I mean, this is what you got here. So this is it, and we're going to get this thing fired up here and see if we can go through how it works. Okay, now we've got the power plugged in here, and we're going to go ahead and power up our unit. So we're going to hit our power button, and now our display is on. Now this is showing our current temperature. It's cool out here today, which is showing 57 degrees, which is pretty accurate. Up here in the top left corner, you're going to see this 9 square, and that actually is going to represent your cooking grates. As we rotate to the right, this is going to be probe 1. Now I've plugged in a probe here. This temperature probe is plugged in, and that is why we are able to see something there for that probe 1. So you've got probe 1, you've got your timer, because we do not have a probe plugged in for probe 2. So it goes cooking grate, probe 1, probe 2, and then your timer. Now your timer, top number is going to be hours, bottom is going to be minutes. Okay, So what we're going to do is, in order for you to set it up for a temperature, you're going to press the dial in. You're going to see the bottom flashing. That's where you want to select your temperature. You have a temperature range that'll go from 180 degrees all the way up to 650 degrees. We're not going to go to 650 though, so we're going to go to about 350. So we'll set it for 350 degrees, and then you press the button, and now you see this dial starting to go rotating around, and that just means that it's now going to be heating up. Okay, so now that we've gone through all of our features on this grill, it's time to cook something, right? So my first cook on it, we got into some homemade jalapeno sausage that I made. This was jalapeno cheddar cheese sausage that I got onto the grill. Now I can say that setting up the grill was super easy and flawless. I set it to my temperature. It got up to my cooking temperature. It held it very well. So all was as expected. It heated the sausage through thoroughly, just as I needed. And so therefore I called that first simple cook of, just some smoked sausage to be successful. Now this grill is touted to be able to cook inside as well as outside. And the first cook I did, I wanted to be outside, but now it was time to take it inside. And so we got some stuffed flank steak that we're going to grill in the kitchen. So that's what we did. And we got our grill fired up. We got our steaks on. And again, it was very simple to set your temperature, to monitor everything. Now, I will say that, the cook was good. The steak was fantastic tasting wise. I did, however, miss the char that I typically will get with charcoal or over wood or, hardwood. But hey, it wasn't that bad. It was a good cook on this steak. And like I said, it tastes very good. Now, let's talk about the smoke, because we did generate a little bit of smoke inside the kitchen with this grill. It wasn't a ton of smoke. I'm not saying we couldn't see through the kitchen or anything like that. It was just, there was a little bit of smoke that was generated, and we did actually trip our smoke detectors. Although it was brief, it wasn't like it was blaring for 30 minutes or anything like that, but it did trip. So cooking in the kitchen is still going to be up in the air for me. I'll probably do it next time where I actually set it over my cooktop underneath my hood vent, and maybe that whole situation will be averted. Now, because this unit is a versatile unit that you can move around, we actually did our next cook out by the pool. So I wheeled it out by the pool, and we got some steak kebabs put on. And these were just New York strip steaks that I cut into chunks and got some vegetables and put them on skewers. We marinated them and got them onto our grill, and the grill did its thing. Again, we set our temperature. Our grill got up to our cooking temperature. It held it well, and we got a great cook on these kebabs. Now, again, I was missing the, the sear factor as far as the charcoal or char grilled flavor or, appearance. But again, it was a fantastic cook. The steak was great. The vegetables were very good. So it absolutely was a successful cook. Next up, we got some chicken thighs. And that's right, I got some chicken thighs seasoned up very simply and got them onto the grill. And again, the grill got up to the temperature I desired, held it very well, and it cooked this chicken very well. Some of the chicken skin actually got nice and crispy. Other parts weren't as crispy as I'd like, but it was still very tasty. It wasn't rubbery at all. It was absolutely bite through all of it. But again, I really kind of missed that char grilled flavor and the char marks on that chicken the way I normally can attain with charcoal. Okay, so now we've gone through looking at how this unit cooks, and I call it successful because it actually did a great job of cooking the proteins that I threw at it. But let's talk about the cleanup. The cleanup on it, they say is should be very simple. You just wipe away the inside liner. You don't put aluminum foil in. Most of us would probably think of putting aluminum foil down to make it an easier cleanup, and they tell you not to in the directions. I can say this for me, that I thought the cleanup on this grill was a little more difficult than it needed to be. It was a little bit more than just being able to just wipe everything away, because again, if you're grilling on the grill, you're using marinades, you're using sauces or rubs or what have you, exposed to heat are gonna, they're gonna char. And this stuff did char onto the liner and made it a little difficult to clean up. Now, I'm not telling you it was impossible to clean or anything like that, but it was a little bit more elbow grease involved than just taking a wet sponge or towel and wiping that inside liner away to get it clean. I did actually use one of my soft Scotch Brite type pads with soapy water to scrub that thing down and get it nice and clean, at least as clean as I could. It's not going to look like brand new, but we did get it clean. That was at least satisfactory. And yeah, we were able to get the grill clean and be ready for our next cook. Okay, so now we've gone through assembly, we've gone through cooking on it, we've talked about the cleanup on it. What do I think about the grill? Well, let me say this. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. All right. Now, pro for me was that this grill is a very sleek looking grill. It's pretty cool looking, and I think it's a little eye catcher. Another pro is setting up the cook. I think it's very simple to set your temperatures and to adjust your temperatures or anything that you need to do. I think that is very well thought out and executed very well. I love the thought of it being an indoor and outdoor cooker. I will have to play around with it more for indoor use because again, the time that I used it doing steak pinwheels with stuffed flank steak, it did get a little bit smoky and it did actually trip my smoke detector. Another thing I like about this grill is that I absolutely think it's a gateway grill. There's going to be many people out there that don't want to have to deal with working with live fire, with charcoal or wood, and this is a great option for those. There's many of us out here that we grill on a lot of different grills, and maybe this option is not going to be for us. It's not going to replace anything that we do, but for people that may be newer to grilling, I think absolutely this is a unit that can actually get them into the ball game of learning how to grill. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the things that I think leave a little bit of room for improvement. First thing I'm going to start off with is the mobility of this unit. It is on a cart that does have wheels on one side and it's a pedestal on the other. And for me, it was a little awkward moving the cart around, lifting one side and wheeling it around. I think I would have preferred to have like a locking swivel casters on the pedestal side so that you could just roll the cart along and lock it in place when you're going to do your cook. Next up is attaching the grill to the cart. I understand the concept of being able to take this grill off of the cart and set it on a table or on your counter or whatever, but the way that you actually put this grill onto the cart, it has 4 screws that goes under the legs of the grill into slotted holes in the top of the cart. You put it through, you slide it to one side for positive location, and then you kind of screw the screws tight underneath. And to me, that's a little bit bothersome. I would love to see some sort of easy latch system that you can actually pop on into place, click into place, lock into place, and unlock or whatever to take it off the cart and cook on the surface or wherever you want. Another thing that I think leaves room for improvement is the cart itself. I think that I think it should be an enclosed cart with doors that open on the front of the cart so that it makes it like a cabinet. This is going to be easy for storing, devices, accessories, whatever you might want to use with this grill. Next up for me was, again, the cleaning of the unit. To me, it just seemed like it was a little tougher than it needed to be cleaning the inside liner. I would love to see some sort of disposable liner that can go inside this thing and maybe get thrown away just to help, get the grill cleaner, easier. Okay, so now we've just taken a look at the Volteq EliteFyre grill, guys. Again, this is going to be available via Kickstarter. The link will be down in the description box below. And again, this is just merely introducing you to a new grill to the market, not replacing anything that you have. But hey, is this grill for you? I think you're going to be the ones that's going to have to answer that. I do think that there is a space in the market for this grill. And the first thing I can think of is the days when I lived in an apartment and I couldn't grill on my apartment because of the fire aspect. Well, there's no fire involved with this with an electric element. So I think in a small apartment or a condo, something like that, it may be a fantastic unit to use. Maybe on an RV somewhere when you're out camping or whatever, and you don't, maybe there's a burn ban and you can't burn fire. So I think this grill will definitely have its definite place and could be very beneficial for those that reside in that space. But hey, appreciate you for hanging out with me. Check out the link down there in the description box to check out this EliteFyre grill, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.